Hi guys, welcome back to another speed build. Today I am building one of my absolute favorite styles of houses. It's a tiny mid-century modern, and I think I only used Get Together, Dream Home Decorator in the base game for this. And if when I put it on the gallery and for some reason it says that I use more packs than that, then I probably just accidentally slipped in like an extra item because I know for sure I tried my very best to filter through the game. So hopefully this house is a little bit more playable for everyone. But I love houses like this. I think they're super neat. Where I'm from, originally, we have like a lot of historic homes that are actually part of like a historic home society. So whenever people buy them, there's very strict rules as to what they can kind of do to the interior or the exterior in the name of preserving the historic home itself. But when I was in high school, I used to nanny for these people. They have their kids were so fun. They were so sweet. But I would nanny for them, and they lived in a very famous historic home where I'm from, and it was totally mid-century modern. It was just absolutely stunning. So I definitely took a lot of inspiration from that for my build today. And honestly, I just would love to live in a house like this. The house ended up being pretty expensive because I may have limited my packs, but I was just going for it, dream big and whatever. But I definitely took a lot of inspiration for the house itself from the house I used to nanny at. And they had this huge wall. I wish I would have added them in, but it didn't really fit the whole overall vibe of the place I was going for. But the people I used to babysit for, they had this huge wall in the back of their home with like floor to ceiling windows and a big open concept kitchen, living, dining. They had 2 living rooms. They had like a formal sitting room, and they had like a less formal like entertainment room, I guess you could call it, with like a television and stuff. But everything, all the furnishing and the color scheme, it looked like it came out of a magazine. And I actually think it was featured in like not Better Homes and Garden or anything like that, but some kind of like interior design feature for a historic home magazine. But it was just beautiful. So I really like houses like this. I'm sure I'm going to build a gazillion more, but I wanted to start with it for the time being. I know it's like such a hot take that we don't have cars in the game, but honestly, I don't really mind that we don't have cars. I just like to put them out front of the houses because I feel like it makes it more realistic. And from the map view, I really like seeing them. I don't mind that we don't actually have cars, and I know that that's a hot take. But I remember playing The Sims 3, and it would just take so long to drive anywhere or, like, get in a taxi. So although I'm not a fan of, like, all the loading screens that you have to go through if you want to do, like, a date or an event or something, I am not as bent out of shape about the cars as most of the Sims community. I'm just not. But I don't know. I liked it. I had, like, a kind of orange, white, brown theme going, like the color scheme for this mid-century modern, and I wanted it to be kind of luxurious, but it was still pretty small. Like, I think when the final product's done, it's like 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and one of the 2 bathrooms is genuinely like a broom closet. It's so tiny, but I was proud I fit it in because I think that was like really realistic for gameplay wise. Like, I would want a second bathroom in any home I lived in. I guess it's really good to have lots of bathrooms, but my game's being really laggy for some reason. I'm not 100% sure why, but hopefully it like stops kind of soon because it really is bothering me that it looks like that. But oh well, live and learn. I'm trying my best. I'm home this weekend right now, actually. I know I just started a new job and I'm already taking time off. Not the best look, but my new job, really, all of them are like so nice, and it's really nice to work somewhere where I'm really appreciated and just like genuinely respected. But I am home this weekend, and I'm going to have a Christmas movie marathon with my mom. She's currently setting up for baking Christmas cookies. I know it's August 1st, and growing up, we always celebrated Christmas in July. And it started really small, like when my mom first moved out with me and my sister, and it was just the 3 of us. For anyone who doesn't know what like QVC is, it's basically online shopping, and they present like what they're selling, and they have like hand models, and they like go on the air and they talk about it. Very, very housewife-ish. But in July, they do a massive sale where they debut all of their new Christmas items, and they have deals of the day so people can start planning to start shopping for Christmas so that they're not stuck doing it last minute. And it's this whole 3-day weekend. And so we started by just watching it, obviously, because it was fun. And then my mother and we love Christmas. You know, we just do. Mr. Frost in The Sims 4, I would marry him. I could be him. But I just love the holidays. Love just doing that with my mom. It was like such a special time for us when I was littler. And since I've been away at school and working, I haven't gotten to come home and do it. So we're doing it a little late in the game. But as it started to develop as we got older, we started putting out the Christmas decorations for like the whole weekend. And we would make like mini Christmas dinner, and now we make Christmas cookies, because not everything that they advertise on the QVC is like we get real Christmas trees in my house. So when they have the fake Christmas trees on air for the 7th time that day, we don't really care anymore. Which if you do, that's great, but we're real Christmas tree people. So when we get bored, we would flip to the Hallmark Channel, and they always start playing Christmas movie marathons in July. So basically, we have an entire, like, shebang for the 6-month timeline between Christmases and the holiday season. And I think it's just really fun. It's kind of just this little tradition I do with my mom now, and it's really nice to get to see her since I don't get to come home all that much. But I'm really excited, and I'm also really hungry, so I'm looking forward to, like, baking cookies, and we're going to make biscotti and maybe, I don't know, maybe like a pineapple upside down cake, because that's my stepdad's like favorite of all times. So we might make that too. But really I'm just looking forward to hanging out with her. But anyway, back to the build. I accidentally put all this horrible orange tile like pretty much along the entire thing, and I do go back and change that, so don't worry, but I didn't notice at first. And I have a little sunken living room action, and I was so, like, I am almost embarrassed to admit how proud I am that it looked that good. Like, I thought it looked really good, and if you don't think so, maybe don't tell me, because I'm still very proud of it. I'm looking back on it right now, and I'm like, gosh, I am just a winner. I'm an expert at building, period. But my thought for this house is, like, I like to, like, come up with who my homes are for, per se, when I'm decorating them. And I was obviously inspired by a couple that I babysat for back in high school. But I was just kind of thinking, like, who would live here? And I really like this whole orange and blue color scheme with the tiles and the black. And just, like, I thought it was really true to the overall time period of these homes. So I pictured, like, maybe there's two dads who bought this house and, like, totally fixed it up from the ground up and restored all of it to, like, its original glory, and now it's just beautiful. And there's only 2 bedrooms, but they eventually wanted to adopt a child, and I thought maybe one of them was, like, kind of on the fence, and he's like, I'm not meant to be a super dad, like, I can't have 6 kids, like, I just can't handle that. Like, he likes his alone time. He's very artistic. He just vibes. There's an easel in his house, though. That's what I imagined. And his partner, he just, like, all he wants to do is be a dad. So they compromise. They're like, okay, we're going to adopt a baby, and we'll just have one baby, like, you know, and so it's a nice compromise without being too much, and I thought that was really sweet. But then I really wanted to use the bunk bed, so I imagined, like, maybe when they went to adopt these 2 kids, or the one kid, maybe they had, like, a sibling, or, like, someone they were really close with, and they went in, and they were just like, yes, like, we have to take both of these kids home, like, and now they're just, like, this perfect happy family. And I imagine they are, like, literally flawless. Like, they would come out of a catalog. They're always really put together. Like, they have those really nice Christmas cards and portraits in their house where they all have color-coordinated outfits on, like, a beach vacation. And they're just, like, very bougie. They have a really expensive kitchen, but they very rarely cook. Like, they have cleaning ladies, and they're just, they do awesome, like, family vacations, but they don't do regular, like, they would never, like, go to Disneyland. Like, they take their kids to, like, art museums in Europe, and they, like, study art history and music, and they go to the theater, and they're, like, just very prim and proper and, like, cultured. That's just who I had, like, imagined was here, and everything is, the master bedroom ended up being, like, smaller than I wanted it to be, but proportionally the whole house was, like, I was really happy with the size, and I didn't want to take away any more from the kids' room. Both bedrooms, honestly, ended up being kind of small, but realistically, I think this house is, like, it's not meant to be massive, and I put so many activities in the backyard. Like, they have an entire backyard oasis. You'll see when I start to do it in a little bit. So I feel like it doesn't really matter that the bedrooms are on the smaller side, because realistically, they have an entire house to run around and do things. The only thing I wish I would have put in was more of, like, one of the kids' tables, like the science tables or the crafting table. But either way, I'm pretty sure I still fit in, like, a dollhouse, I think a Blarfy, and there's posters all over the wall, of course. And then there's bookshelves in the living room, and I believe on one of the shelves I put in the kids' room. And then there's, like, monkey bars outside. So there's still plenty of skill building things and, like, things for the kiddos and the parents to do. But I also thought it kind of went along with the story I had going, where, like, they don't play. Like, their little girls that they adopted, they speak 3 languages. They do ballet. Like, they are just prim, proper princesses. You know, they have just, they're super stylish. Like, when they open their lunchboxes at school, it looks like one of those moms on TikTok who, like, do all the fancy stuff with their food and, like, have all the food pics and the notes. Like, that is them. They are perfect to a T. As to how they make all their money to do all these fun things that I've decided that they do, I don't know. I don't care. This is The Sims. For all I know, they stay at home full time and they just paint a lot. I love painting in The Sims. It's such a good way to make money. Oh my gosh, I forgot I painted the roof orange. I really like the orange roof. I thought it was different without being, like, I don't know. Maybe you don't like it, but I thought it matched the car and the front door, and I just thought it was, like, kind of dope. So I went for it. And now I'm finally getting into the backyard, and I just wanted them to have a massive pool. Like, the biggest pool I could possibly fit, because, like, who doesn't want a massive pool? But, like, maybe one of the dads, he, like, gets up at, like, 6 a.m., and he swims laps, and that's how he, like, stays super fit. Like, this is the kind of family that I would picture, like, runs marathons on, like, Thanksgiving. Like, they get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and they are out there. They are in it to win it. It's just, like, this is the perfect entertaining house. Like, I think they have a lot of friends, and they're very, like, they're very fun. I put a bar back here, as well as, like, a patio space with a grill, and, I think I either put table and chairs or, like, a couple of, like, loungers. I'm not 100% sure, because I built this last week before I came on my trip. But we're just doing some landscaping. I probably should have cut this out, but, like, I like watching landscaping because I'm not very good at it. Like, this is some of my better landscaping. And, like, I'm honestly don't think it looks that great. Like, I did my best. I liked all the cactuses, but especially looking back on it, I'm a little horrified by what it looks like. But I tried my best, so be nice to me. And I'll get better, but I left it in so you can see me, you know, failing miserably and doing all I can. What else? What else have I been doing on my trip? I went to my favorite smoothie place, and I swear, there's not a place in the world as of right now that I have been able to find that has smoothies as good as this place back home. Like, I dream of them. And they're super, like, decently priced. Like, sometimes I feel like when you go to get smoothies, you're like, why am I paying $14, $15 for, like, a smoothie? But it's so, so good. Ugh. Like, honestly, I mean, I love my family, I love my mom, like, I'm so happy to be home. But, quite frankly, at this point, I got my smoothie. I can go at any time. I've become happy. So, we're getting to the end, and these are my screenies, and it'll be on the gallery. So, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I hope you have an awesome couple days. Don't forget to like my video, comment, and subscribe to my channel to see more. Bye guys!